the Eagles versus Lions tomorrow. We're going all the way to Detroit to hand the Lions an L, the first game of the season. I'm pretty hyped about this game. It's been a long week. I can't wait till Sunday. We're almost there. We're less than 24 hours away. If you're excited, man, let me know in the comments. It's been a minute. I've been moving the past couple weeks. I've been traveling, a lot going on personal life. So sorry for not posting as much this week as I usually do leading up to game day. But next week, we're going to be back on track with everything. So, let's go. Let's go, Birds. ERT is back. So tomorrow, we're going to see kind of a light offensive line on the other side of the ball, the Lions. They actually have a few guys that are injured right now. One former Eagle, Vaitai, he's going to be out. And their center, who's a Pro Bowler, Frank Ragnow, he is out as well. Well, actually, he's doubtful. But it looks like he's not going to play. And if he does, he won't be at full strength. Our defensive line is at full strength. It looks like, who does it look like? Hargrave is going to be playing. We activated Britton Covey, so we're going to have him returning punts. It's going to be an exciting game. I can't wait for it. Like I said, if you're excited, let me know in the comments. But tomorrow, what are you looking for the most? I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miles Sanders. As much as A.J. Brown and the Hurts connection, how much I'm looking forward to, and we've all been looking forward to it, I think we need to see Miles get going on the ground early and often. He's 100% healthy from that injury with his hamstring. And we know hamstrings can be tricky, so we got to keep an eye on it. But at the end of the day, he's going into the season healthy. We kept him out of preseason games after that first preseason game where he sustained the injury. So he's 100% healthy. We're going to be having the best offensive line in the league, in the world, period. Center Jason Kelce is going to be playing. It's going to be a beautiful day. I can't wait to see these birds fly around tomorrow. But I wanted to get to some of you guys' poll answers and questions this past week. I've been posting a lot of polls. Today I posted, let me refresh to get the current votes. So we're at 877 votes. The question is Eagles versus Lions week 1. Who you got? Score prediction in the comments. So right now, 86% voted Eagles over Lions. So it's looking like Eagles Nation is pretty confident. Let's go to some of the... So somebody said not Eagles or Lions fan, but I think the Lions will surprise a lot of people this year. I'm going Lions 27-24. That's interesting. That's very interesting. The Hooper just wrote that 11 minutes ago. Zach Toller, our D is going to shut them down. Their defensive line, their D end is great. He's going to feel the best O-line in the business, which I was just talking about. I don't see us punting, honestly, with the weapons we have, 45-13. So that kind of aligns with what we had last year. I'm kind of bullish right now on the Eagles. To be honest, I think we're going to blow them out yet again. I think the score is going to be somewhere like 37-13, something along those lines. So I have us winning the game, so I just want to throw that out there right now. Someone else wrote, Caleb Lawson, I got Philadelphia Eagles 44-17, Eagles 35, Lions 17. So as you can see, it looks like the Eagles are pretty heavily favored. We have some guy right here. He wrote Eagles 24, Lions 30. So, and he has that in final OT. So, some people think the game will be close. If you're keeping up with Hard Knocks, this team has a fired up coach. But at the end of the day, we whooped their ass last year. I believe the score was like 44-6, something along those lines. They didn't have no chance. They didn't have no answer for our run game. They had no answer for Jalen Hurts in particular. He ran, he threw, he had an awesome game. And this year, now he has to go up against... their defense has to go up against, AJ Brown. I don't know how they're going to contest with that. I really don't. What's up, Nina? What's up, Weapon X? So I think this is going to be a blowout to say the least. But at the end of the day, they could keep it interesting. They could keep it close. We don't really know. This is game one, week one. It's always a little bit of a mystery. We're always kind of, we're optimistic, but we're also like, hey, we don't know exactly what we have. But let's be honest. We added Chauncey Gardner. We added A.J. Brown. We added Bradbury and Hassan Reddick. This team should be hitting on all cylinders. We revamped our linebacking core. Now we got Kaiser White back there, who's great in pass coverage. We already seen him come up with a pick in one set of in the first preseason game. So he's gonna be flying all over the field. He says he feels great. These guys are close to their hometown, which is awesome. It's just awesome to see that Howie is making the moves. He's up there with his binoculars, keeping an eye on all these players around the league, looking to see who he can add to the roster. And he hands down had the best offseason I think he's ever had as far as, re-upping the talent on our team. We have talent. We have some actual talent, not just some good players or, oh yeah, he's a good guy, or, we have some actual talent. Hassan Reddick, he's a talented, very talented linebacker, defensive end, whatever. He'd be all around the field. Some people see him as a linebacker. Some people see him as a defensive end. He's going to be attacking the quarterbacks on the other end. So that's all I know. That's all I want. But he'll occasionally drop in coverage. Jonathan Gannon is going to do that. He's going to have some guys go back in coverage. He did that last year, even with Fletcher Cox. So let's keep an eye on that too tomorrow. How Jonathan Gannon is going to respond to having the talent around him. So last year, obviously, we were lackluster in the linebacking department. We fixed that. We got a new safety back there, Chauncey Gardner, with Marcus Epps. So if you've been sleeping on Marcus Epps, it's time to wake up. I've been saying this. Last year, in his 60% of the snaps he played, he balled out. He was one of the top safeties in the time that he actually got to play. He's a hard hitter. He can come up with some big plays when the ball's in the air. And I think, quite frankly, I think we have a great, possibly the best secondary as far as cornerbacks and safeties in the league. And this year, I expect us to be no fly zone back there. I expect us to be flying over the field, making plays, getting some strip sacks, coming up with fumbles like Slade did last year against these Lions. Return that for a touchdown. I want to see some playmaking this year. I want to see some interceptions. I want to see the defensive the defensive line get to the quarterback. And tomorrow, is the perfect game to start that off. Vaitai, former Eagle, he won't be out. He won't be out there playing for the Lions. He has a back injury, I believe. And their center is doubtful. So it should be, we should be wrecking house back there. Goff, he already doesn't play well when he's under pressure. So if we can get to him 5 to 10 times, he's going to turn over the ball for one. And he's going to get sacks. He's going to take sacks. He's not the fastest player in the world. He has a little bit of athleticism, but for the most part, he's a slower quarterback. He's not going to make things happen with his legs, unlike his counterpart on the other side, Jalen Hurts, who's going to be, making dudes fall tomorrow. I'm expecting a big day from Hurts. I'm expecting 300 in the air, maybe 50 to 75 rushing with a touchdown, a couple passes for touchdowns as well. I know AJ is going to score. Devontae, Goddard. We got weapons all over the field. I think we haven't talked enough about Goddard. I think Goddard is going to be a top 3 tight end this year, especially the fact that he can block and catch. I think he's just going to be amazing this year. I think he's going to stay on the field a lot. I think he's just going to make a lot of room for the run game, because this year, I think, like I said at the beginning of this, Miles Sanders is going to run for 1,000 yards. He's going to score at least 10 touchdowns, okay? That's if he's healthy. If he remains healthy, 14, 16, 17 games, God willing, I think he's going to have a big year, possibly his biggest of his career. He has the best offensive line in the game. He has the RPO working with Hurts. So that right there makes him an ultimate weapon. And I think he's going to catch the ball pretty damn well this year. In that first preseason game, I think he had 2 catches for 20, 30 yards, something like that. I think that was just a little preview of what's to come. I think just another year with Jalen Hurts, adjusting to the way that Hurts throws the ball compared to how Wentz threw the ball. I think is going to make a big difference, them having more chemistry. And like I said, Devontae, year 2. This is year 2. This should be a big year for Devontae. He's going to see a lot of number 2 corners instead of number 1s. And then when a team is hurt, when they're missing one of their 1 or 2s, then he's going to face some 3s, maybe some 4s. So as the year goes, people are going to get injured. Teams are going to have injuries. And I think this team is built to last all year. We have a great backup center. We have great, we just have a lot of depth on the defensive line. Well, I haven't even talked about Jordan Davis, the midnight Jolly Green Giant. You know what I mean? He's just going to be wrecking shop all year. He's going to be busting people in their mouth, getting to the quarterback, and I can't wait. We have needed another guy on this team who can run stop. When Fletcher comes out, we have another, giant mammoth of a man that's going to come in. So I'm a Bama fan. The Eagles will have far too many. I can't see that comment all the way. I'll get back to you. But listen, Jordan Davis, he's going to wreck shop this year. I can't wait to see it. For one, he's a rookie, so he's fresh. He's young. He's got young legs. He wants to impress. He wants to go out there and possibly win Defensive Player of the Year. He got drafted at what? We drafted him at 13. Listen, he's a top 5 talent. He should have win. He possibly should have been the first defensive player drafted in this draft, in my opinion. Aiden Hutchinson, who we are going to play against tomorrow, which we'll talk about soon. There was a lot of good players in this draft, but I feel like Jordan Davis should have been one of the top players. So to get him at 13, and then we made the trade for A.J. Brown, Howie is doing work, man. Howie's doing work. But let's talk about the Lions. So obviously they have some players missing on the offensive line, which is going to put them behind the 8 ball just to start the game. They're going to see Hargrave. They're going to see, Sweat in the gang. And BG is back, baby. BG is back. He's looking healthy. He said he's faster than ever, or at least faster than last year. So I wouldn't, I believe him, because at the end of the day, these players, these NFL players, NBA players, whatever, they're bouncing back from these Achilles injuries a little different. The science and the sports medicine behind everything. I believe Brandon Graham is not going to miss a beat this year, but possibly have an even better year than the years prior. I think this year he's coming off fresh. He didn't have to go through all the wear and tear last year. So I feel like this year he's coming in fresh. He had a good, productive training camp. He's healthy. I think this defensive line should be top 10, top 15 in sacks this year with BG healthy on that defensive end. Him and Sweat, and then you got Barnett coming in. I think we just have a pretty, well-established defensive line. The first 4 or 5 guys, and you throw in Hassan Reddick, we're gonna be flying all over the field this year. The Eagles are really gonna spread their wings this year. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into my prediction now. I was gonna save it for tomorrow before the game, but I think the Eagles will go 13 wins. I think at first I was saying 15-2. That was kind of crazy, but it can happen. It can still happen every year. There's always a surprise team, but I have us going 13-4. I have us winning the NFC East and the NFC in general. I think some of those games that, possibly they had an L for us at the beginning of the season, like one in particular, the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have no wide receivers. I don't care how good Aaron Rodgers is. He ain't going to beat our team with no wide receivers. It's not going to happen. We have too good of a secondary this year, so I'm very confident in that game. And I think one hard game in the back end of our schedule, the Colts. That's going to be a game to circle. I think if we win that game, maybe we can get to that 13-14 win, to end the season. And obviously we play the Cowboys, who we've had trouble with. I'm going to be the first to acknowledge that we've had trouble with them, but this year we're getting them game 6 at home instead of, at the end of the year at home. I think this is the perfect time to capitalize on a win and get some get back against the Cowboys at home week 6. So I'm looking forward to that game. I may be going to that game as well. We'll talk about that later on if it ends up happening. There's a lot of There's a lot of promising games on this schedule this year, especially to open up the season. I think the Vikings week 2 is actually going to be a little bit tougher than we expected. You know, that team looks pretty good, but at the end of the day, we have a far more talented roster. We have a better offensive line, better defensive line, better secondary. You know, they have Kirk Cousins and J.J. Jefferson and Adam Thielen. So they have, you know, they're not to be, you know, slept on offense. But on defense, I think we're going to take care of business that game and obviously go home with the W. I believe that's our home opener at Lincoln Financial Field. So the fans are going to be rumbling. You know what I mean? We're going to be hyped up. That's going to be our first game. I think we're going to introduce the black helmets that game because I believe Monday night game is the perfect time to unleash the black helmets. So I'm looking forward to that game. But let's stick with week 1. Let me know in the comments and definitely go check out that poll on my community page as part of the YouTube ERT page. And make sure you let me know and vote and give me your score prediction. A lot of Eagles fans are going birds on this one. Obviously, I'll go back to it. So we got Truth 221, Eagles 31, Lions 17, Eagles 27, Lions 14, Kerry and Max H. Gage Camplin wrote 27, Eagles 17, Lions. So a lot of people say the Lions aren't going to get past 17 points. That means our defense is taking care of business. So that's good to hear that the Eagles community is riding with the defense. Eagles 28, Lions 17, Tyrell the Terrible. Montauk Shorts, Eagles 34, Lions 20. Madden J, 31-13, Eagles. Curtis Wilson, 30-21, Eagles. Steagles fan 568. You know that's a real fan. Steagles. Man, you know you're a real fan when you wrote. Oh, and we just have another prediction. Daryl Woods, Eagles 32-21. What's up, Daryl? We gonna get this dub tomorrow in the D. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Chris Shevlin, Eagles 31, Lions 17. Sharon Bonner, I'm from the D. F it. He's going with the Lions. Hey, you got to go with your hometown sometimes. Daryl, let's go, baby. I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I cannot wait to see the Eagles. Man, this feels like one of the longest off seasons ever. If it's felt like that to you, let me know. Reed Villanova, he wrote 34-17 Eagles. Bobby, 38-12. So that means the Lions wouldn't even score a touchdown. So that's good to see. Yang 22, 24-16 Eagles. James Martinez, Lions 24, Eagles 21. Okay, so we got a couple Lions fans in the building. DeRay Wilcox, 30-21 Eagles. Tim Ackley, Birds 30-13. Ryan Rowe, a member of the channel, been down with me for a minute. Eagles 28, Lions 17. And then we have one more comment from BNR. It says, Birds, but I feel like this will be a close game. Hey, if it's a close game or it's not, as long as we walk out of there with the W, you feel me? That's all I really care about. But to be honest, I feel like we're going to take care of business tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be too close. I think the Eagles are primed to make an imprint. First game, come out the gates. Hey, y'all starting to pick us. The momentum is shifting from the Cowboys to the Birds. Okay, we're going to show y'all that you were right. Game 1, we're going to take care of business like we're supposed to in the Detroit Lions Ford Stadium, I believe. And this is going to be a great game. We have 6 people in the chat. Thank you for joining me today. This is Eagles Real Talk Live. I will be going live tomorrow again in the morning. So catch me tomorrow. We're going to talk more, further down the road. I'm going to give my prediction for the whole season. We're going to talk more in depth about tomorrow's game versus the Lions and maybe keep an eye on the competition as well. Go over, the NFC East opponents and who they're playing. Give some predictions for that as well. Maybe talk a little fantasy. We're going to talk a lot of football tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. We'll be going live probably something like, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Pacific time. So a little bit, before game time. So look for that notification. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. You need to hit that subscribe button and get down with ERT. Like I said, I've been moving. This is a new set behind me. You know what I mean? I'm still getting my stuff together at the new house. So there's more to come with Eagles Real Talk. So I apologize for not posting as much as I typically do during the week. But thank you guys for still, getting down with all my poll questions. I appreciate you guys. And thank you for joining me today. I'm Bry, the flyest reporting on the Eagles in the game, and I will be back tomorrow. Can't wait. Hey, appreciate you, Daryl Woods, with the great content, bro. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to keep coming with it more and more and more, and we're going to keep racking up these wins, and hopefully, we end up in the Super Bowl sometime in January. I can't wait for this season. Let's get some sleep tonight. I don't know how I'm going to sleep, but try to get some rest, and let's go hard tomorrow for the Birds. One time, fly, Eagles, fly, go Birds, and keep it real always. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.